Hey everybody, this is Wisconsin Shoe Guy, and today we're going to talk about accessories that come with your shoes. These particular accessories are shoe bags, and some people use them, some people don't. I have quite a collection, so I'm going to kind of review those, talk a little bit about what's different between them, and go from there. Thanks.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Wisconsin Shoe Guy, and our channel we talk about men's dress wear. It's all about footwear, and we talk about unboxing videos, general shoe knowledge, helping you understand the industry and what's happening with your shoes. We look at shoes critically to determine whether or not they're worth the price that they charge. We compare shoe to shoe to understand which one is the best of the same category, and then I interview experts in the field to get their take as well. Check out my playlists to see all my videos.
Hey, welcome back. You know, sometimes people have asked me about shoe bags. As a matter of fact, on online forums, this used to come up quite a lot. And so I wanted to share with you today some of the shoe bags that I have in my collection. I don't always supply the shoe bags back when I sell the shoes. So I do have some shoe bags for brands that I no longer own, but I want to go through them. So we're going to start off with your typical boot bags, okay? And this is for Carmina. Carmina always comes in this kind of salmon, orange, pinky kind of color. And I like this. It's just a plain shoe bag. It's flannel, and it's there to protect it. Now they have this in this size for the boots. They also have them in shoes, which I'll get to later. But they're pretty nice, and they certainly are very functional. Now Alden Edmonds also has them, and they have a size that's for two shoes and a size that's for two boots. So I have quite a few of these floating around. So it's another example, but they do two per bag instead of one. Alden, it's the same exact size bag, but this is for two boots, not for two shoes. So they have it set up that way. They always do one per bag. Alden Edmonds, I think these are $2 a piece, so they're not expensive to add. But here's a few more. I don't know why I separated them. Then Michael Darren. This also comes as one bag for two shoes. Then here, at times I'm actually fortunate enough to stay at a Four Seasons for work, and they have these the bags as in the hotel for sending your shoes out to be shined. And so I borrowed the bag. That's actually one of those few things that they don't actually charge extra for. This is a Meermin bag. Meermin is another brand that does one bag for two shoes. So I have a few of these floating around as well. Now, this is Palo Scafora. Right? Now, Palo Scafora, as you guys know, I have two pairs of these, so I have four bags. They have one per shoe. If you think about the way that the fabric is, right? The Meermin is kind of like a canvas. The Michael Darren is kind of a woven PVC kind of thing. It's not really cotton. It's not terrible, right? The shoe bag from the Four Seasons is kind of fleece, okay? But this is more of like a suede cotton. So it's much softer to the touch, but it is on the inside. It is lined so that it looks like nylon. Okay, and that's important because with the Palo Scafora bags, you don't have any lint on the inside of the bag to mess up the shine on the shoes. So that's as the shoes get more expensive, and obviously Palo Scafora is one of the tier 1 brands, that is something that you do get into. Now this is Loof and Tongue. Now Loof and Tongue is an interesting one because they have the canvas on the outside of the bag. This is for boots, so these are one bag per boot. And then they have a flannel on the inside so that it's soft on the shoes. Now the flannel won't scratch a shine, but it does sometimes have lint, right? So something there to consider. And this is going to take a little while, so I just want to warn you, if you get bored with the bags, then just move on to a different video. These are Gaziano and Girling. Gaziano and Girling, this is a flannel. It's a higher grade flannel than the other ones, but it is still flannel. It is unlined, so relatively straightforward there. And I think this is the boot size. They do have shoes as well. This is another print of the Meermin, and this one is that I believe is for 2 shoes, or for 2, yeah. So my Cuero cowboy boots came with a bag. It's a big bag, obviously, because they're for cowboy boots, but it is one bag for both boots. And I don't store my my shoes or my boots in these bags. I could, but I made the decision not to because I feel like they're I have them on cedar shelves, and I feel like taking them and trying to remember what's in each bag is more trouble than it's worth. Here's another Allen Edmonds bag. This is a Fugashin bag. This is like a plain cotton, no frills, and it has a leather patch, or it might even be pleather, I can't even tell, that says Fugashin on it. So again, a single bag for 2 shoes. Okay. Now this is a really, really old pair of Allen Edmonds bags. And I have a couple different versions of this. I have a pair that has the stitching on the outside where it was just serged like this, and this is ones that are actually on the inside. Allen Edmonds actually has purple bags, has white bags. They did have Shell Cordovan used to come in black bags. So there's a pretty wide variety depending on how long you've been in the game. Most of my others are all in the last few years. So because I really worked with Allen Edmonds almost exclusively for a long time, so I don't have the historical bags from all the other brands. I'm going to do these all together because they're all the same brand. This is all TLB Mallorca, and this is a black cotton flannel bag. On the inside, it is more of a smooth cotton. So they kind of have the flannel on the outside versus on the inside, but nicely done here. And I'm going to do the fold like so. Now, actually, I'm going to, because I'm putting this on top of what was the boot bags, I'm just going to lie these flat. They're kind of big. All right. This is Bruno Mali, and this is this purple flannel. And this is a thinner flannel. It's actually a little transparent. You can see through it. And it has the logo. It's very hard to read though. But just plain, nothing fancy there. Y by Yosal has just these. Now this is for the Premier. It was either Prestige line, which is the Mecariello. I can sometimes say that word without tripping on it, but and I apologize to Antonio for messing up his name. It's kind of a mental block. I don't usually have problems with names, but this is just a plain bag. I'm anxious to get some of his bags because I'm sure they're very nice. Now the next bags that I have here are St. Crispin's. St. Crispin's has black bags. What's cool about these is that they have kind of like a pillow pocket inside them, where you actually wrap around the inside of the shoe, so that you have see, like this, so that you get the heel in there, and then when you close the bag, the whole shoe is protected. It's a very very cool way of doing it, and then it doesn't say St. Crispin's anywhere except for on the ties, and so it's another example of, they have, I mean, they're beautiful, soft, almost a velvet flannel, if they're not velvet themselves, and but they're plain in the St. Crispin's way that their boxes are just stapled cardboard, but they're also have this way of being elegant at the same time. Okay? Now, speaking of elegant, and this is like a velour velvet, like a real velvet, and this is October 10th, and so they do some really nice bags, and this green thing. So I have a few of them. This is one per shoe, just like St. Crispin's. Paraboot. I'm probably gonna find the other ones floating around here somewhere. Paraboot does one per bag as well. Just a canvas with a flannel inside. All right. Now, this is the Alfred Sargent, which has this beautiful piping on it. They spent a lot of time with the logo. And it's flannel on the outside with the soft cotton on the inside. So nice, nicely done there. This is Shoe Passion. These are shoes that I actually gave to my son. And this is kind of like the Michael Darren, where it's like a PVC-ish that's woven. And so it's kind of like a cottony, but kind of not like a cottony. And this is, significantly older. These are, gosh, like 6, 7 years old. So, but they are pretty straightforward, pretty nice. Now, the next ones are Vass. And Vass has just plain white flannel bags. See if I can actually get it so you can read the logo, because I think that they're getting whitewashed in the logo itself is gold. Yeah, and I can't see it in the camera. So, but it is just it's basically a white bag with the logo. Then Carmina, which I showed you before. Again, this is just plain Carmina in these pinkish bags. So, and I'm not a huge fan of pink, but I, we do what we got to do. This is Trickers. Trickers comes in navy bags with the gold Trickers printed on it. And you can see it. Some of these bags I don't actually have in service because I don't match the shoes to my bags when I travel. I'll just usually use just a particular bag, and I'll walk you through the ones that I tend to use. This is actually one of them. This is I had a pair of Tommy Bahama silk trousers, and my wife used those trousers to make a pair of bags for me. So this is usually the one that I wear. And yes, it's in the middle of my shoe bag stack because I haven't been traveling in the middle of COVID. So I'm going to take that out because that is one that I'm going to need. Now this is Alden Barrie. They have a plain kind of a canvasy, more like, actually, I'm going to say that this is linen. Right? This is a linen bag, but it is unlined, and it just has their logo. The next one is Cobbler Union, also flannel, also unlined, soft on both sides, so it doesn't have the harder part in the middle. I'm gonna flip these around here to try to balance out my stack so it doesn't come apart. Now the next pair that I have, this is Foster & Son, and these are a really thick flannel, and it is soft on the outside and not soft on the inside. The next ones are going to be Carlos Santos. All right, and so it's straight black, and this is more of a canvasy, and it is flannel on the inside. The next are Sons of Henry, and this is just flannel on the outside and non-flannel on the inside. So it's funny how the different makers try to prioritize different things here. The next are the Barbonera, and these are just plain old thin cotton and just a straight bag. One per shoe, and for some strange reason, they sent me 2 sets of bags in the box, so I have an extra set. The next ones are Enzo, and Enzo are just plain cotton bags. See if that comes through. It is, there is like a whole logo there. There we go. So that works out pretty well. This is actually a pretty good test on my new camera to see where the focus is if I'm trying to show something in detail. Now, the next one you'll probably recognize right off the bat, Crockett and Jones. They do fantastic shoes. Their bags are just plain, they're green, but they're just flannel on the outside and non-flannel on the inside. So nothing super fancy there. They do have these fancy pull tabs on there. And then I have a pair of hand grades as well floating around in here, which will be different. This is the Loake 1880 export grade, are in this purple, flannel on the outside, non-flannel on the inside. Then they have the regular Loake. This is all your 1880s are going to be in this, whether it's legacy or just plain 1880, and that is just plain blue. Same makeup. Your Aldens, just like the boots. And I told you I had another Paraboot one, and here it is. So we'll just put that there. This is the other Alden Edmonds one, the one that has the stitching on the outside. So that's not fake, that is legit. I bought these I bought the shoes from Alden Edmonds factory, so I know that they're legit. Heinrich Dinkelacker, this is like a really heavy canvas and a totally unlined, so no difference on the outside. Okay. Another pair of Alden Edmonds A pair of the white Allen Edmonds. This is actually a pair that I'm going to use a lot, so I'll talk about those later. Now, George Cleverly, you know, it's these bags have a snap on them, and they're also they're in a it's kind of like a silk, have you ever had like a woven silk shirt? That's really what these feel like. They're very, very luxurious. Kind of nice. Another pair of Gaziano and Girlings. I'm gonna start moving these around. The Churches are next. And Churches actually sent me a pair of trees that were in shoe bags. I don't know why you would waste a bag for those, but they do that as well. The next ones I have are Barker. And Barker is very much like the Gaziano and Girling, although it's a lot thinner. So you know there is a difference as you get up and down the spectrum of the shoes, where you have a difference there. Sons of Henry, again, relatively the same. This is your Crockett and Jones hand grade. Right? Again, the bag is the same. The tabs here though are actually like fishing anchors or weights. I don't remember the name. We had a name for them, but so they're not plastic, which is nicer. Now, this is John Lobb. Lobb has a very plain logo. It's just the name, and these are just plain. You know, they're very thick cotton, but no adornment at all on these. All right. Now, Stefano Bemer. Stefano Bemer has their name and logo on like the little pull tab here. All right, which I cannot possibly get into focus, I don't think. It's just the way the camera focuses. I don't think that's going to happen. But this is a really nice thick tweed. Bontoni is a very thin, almost like Alden or Enzo Benafe, just a very thin bag. It's a tan color, and you know, has their logo, which is nice. CNES, this is like a really cheesy, plasticky feeling thing. I don't know if it's cotton or what it is. It has a patch on it. Then we have another pair of Alden. And then we're back to, this is Acme, which is like this very, very thick Harris tweed. Very nice, but totally unlined. And then Patrio, which is another one of the unboxings from today, actually comes in a corduroy. And then the ones that I use all the time when I travel are Justin Fitzpatrick, J. Fitzpatrick. These have cotton on the very thick cotton canvas on the outside and like a flannel, soft flannel on the inside. And I really love the way that these come together. So these and my silk ones that my wife made, that's what I wear. So, you know, it's hard to know what to do with all these since I'm not using them to store my shoes. So it's kind of, you know, I hate to be wasteful with stuff like this, and there's no real way to display them or anything, even though they're quite pretty in a lot of ways. So I've just been storing them at the top of my closet. So I'm interested if any of you guys have any ideas on what I can do with them. So let me know.